you? I hope everybody is doing fine. To all the nurses who have gotten their visas this month and those who are waiting to get their visas, congratulations in advance. It's been a journey. Retrogression held you. Now you are here. Congratulations. I'm happy for you, and the future is bright. So going to this, I know many people are excited until the point where they have gotten a visa. And now they remembered, or it hit their mind, that they are single mothers with young children, mostly under 10. And it's the transition moment. They already have a paper to pay for the green card for the children. Already the agency is asking them, when are you traveling? When are you booking your flights? It's getting jittery and a bit. People are really almost getting cold feet now. My encouragement today is that it is possible. Don't be afraid of crossing over to this land with small children. As a single mom, it is not easy. It will be tough, but you will conquer because you believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You've never doubted yourself before as a mother. Let this not give you an opportunity to doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to make it. Because people are asking me, my babies have 3 and 5, my babies are 4 and 7, my babies are 3 and 10. How do I make it? Of course, for that age group, none of those 2 children is able to take care of the other one. And those are not the children you leave in the house, especially when it's the 2 of them without problem. Maybe if you have a 10-year-old, you could leave them in the house without problem for many states, but you cannot leave them with the minor one to take care of the minor one. They are not yet, they have not achieved the age of taking care of minors. So you need to have a plan. And which plan are you having? Think around having Kenyans around you, how they can help you. Sometimes they do help, other times they don't help. But what I was telling people even yesterday is, when you go to a place, everybody already knows where you're going to. Look at the map of the place where you're going to. Look at the zip code. Then look for baby cares within your zip code, or within the zip code around where you're going to. Look for daycares around that place. For me, what worked for me is that I joined a group. I live in York County, so I joined a group for York babysitters, nannies, and dog sitters. Though I don't have a dog, I have children. So that's the group where I was able to get my first sitter. And I would take my boy to him at night. Then I go for night shift. Then I pick my boy in the morning. We go to the house. We did that for quite some months, like September, October, November, December, January, and February, around 6 months. Then from February, I was lucky. There was this other Kenyan who was visiting a friend, but they are my neighbors. So they were like, she can also sit for you, but at a cheaper price and for longer hours. So for this one, they would sit my boy from 6 p.m. when I go for my night, and I would pick him up the next day at 1 p.m. So I would come home from work 7, get to bed, rest until 1 p.m. Then I go pick him. Then I would stay with him around until 6 p.m. again if I was going back for the night the same day. So that worked for me. So be open-minded. Try to look for groups around your area so that you get to know how other people operate and how the other people work on these things. Do not be very, very sure to rely on fellow Kenyans. They will fail you at the crack of dawn most of the time. It's not on a bad note, unless you have a friend who has children of the same age as yours. But you do not expect a person who stopped bathing or stopped changing diapers 15 years ago to start now changing diapers for your children. They are waiting to change diapers for their grandchildren. So most of the time, they will cooperate 1, 2, 3 days and help you. And I totally understand them, and I wouldn't blame them. but you cannot truly rely on them to be watching over your babies. If you're planning to go the Kenyan way of working with fellow Kenyans, get people with children of your age, and maybe you can stay in the same apartment and organize your shifts around each other, and that way you are able to support each other through child care. We also have the contemporary daycares. So daycares are good. They are a nice place for children to go. They go there, they interact with other children, they learn with other children. It is a good thing, but there is a challenge. Most daycares operate from 6 p.m. Let's say 6:30 to 6:30 or 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I've not heard of any that goes past 7. Night shift, if you're working day shift, you start at 6:45, which means you should have dropped your child at 6:30. Then by the time you're coming back, shift ends at 7:15. You finish up, maybe you are delayed in giving report, and then then the drive back home if you live far away. By the time you get that child will be picked earliest at 7:30. But there's no daycare that will keep watching your child until 7:30. Most are very strict policies on overtime or extending daycare time. So what you need to do if you choose to go through the regular daycare is have somebody who may be off that day to pick your child up from daycare and watch them over for you like 2 hours, maybe from 6:30 to 7:30 until you get home, because otherwise then the regular daycare will not work for you. So back to my personal experience, I took my son to a daycare for 1 week. The reason I stopped taking him to the daycare is I got to a point that all my friends we were all working day shift on that day. So none of us was able to go, none of us would have been available to pick up my child that day. So I stopped taking my child to the daycare, because what's the point of taking my child to the daycare when there is nobody to pick him? So that day I got somebody who came I babysat from in the house for that day. But things do happen, so just prepare for yourself for all the eventualities around. If you are lucky to have cooperative Kenyans, that will be fine because they understand your shift. But the other thing is, work with other babysitters who sit for you from their houses, because they will not be on a RA. It's past 6:30. At least you tell them I leave work at 7:30. They understand. You pick your child at 7:30, so that is easier for you. But the regular daycare does not work for so many of us because of that particular reason, and the fact that most of the international nurses work night shift. Okay, I won't say in my state, let me say in my town, there are no night shift. There's one time I got a lady who was ready to babysit for me for night. She told me, just bring your baby, I'll just babysit you for night shift, $40 per hour. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm coming. Oh, when I got closer, she never picked up a call, and I was like, I don't think a person who turns off their phone when I'm supposed to go and evaluate their home is somebody I can trust with my baby. So I was like, no, this won't work. So there are so many other things you're also looking at when you're looking for somebody you can live with your baby, especially when you're working night shift. In a state like where I am, you must make sure they are certified by the state to take care of children. Don't get any human being taking care of your children. Those children they are bigger than just being human being. There's something special about them. Just make sure you know whoever is taking care of your children. We have drug addicts in this country that are looking for the next dollar to buy more drugs. and they'll try to take the easiest job because all other jobs have denied them or have declined to give them opportunities. Don't give them opportunities with your children. That's why when you have to meet a person that has to take care of your child, and especially when you feel like you do not know them or you have not searched them well, ask for their certification. I don't know if every state certifies child care, people taking care of other people's children, but make sure they are certified. If possible, ask for their testimonials. The best thing about this country, people do not lie so much. So if you ask people for their testimonials, they can give you testimonials of people they have worked with before. And you can call these people and ask them, hey, I was given your number by this person. She told me she took care of your children. I just want to learn about how your experience with them was like. Unfortunately for me, I never did that, but I landed on a very good couple that was taking care of my baby. The lady was the one who was supposed to take care of my son, but the husband was more available in the house than the lady. So my first babysitter was more of a man, so my son loves men to date because he really took care of my son. You'd hear him singing, dancing for him. So I was lucky to get a very good couple, only that they were a little bit too expensive for me at that point. But yeah, just make sure you know the people. If you doubt if your gut tells you this is not okay, please go with your gut. Do not trust them. Ask them for their certification, for their testimonials, for their drug. What is this? If they have done a drug test, especially if you feel like you're getting jittery with them, ask for a drug test. You see, please. But otherwise, I have had so many messages this week. Men, watu wakona woga. People are afraid. They're like, oh, Kiki, how will you make it? How will we make it? How did you make it? It is possible. Look on the bright side. These children will grow up. It's just a matter of time. They will grow up. Right now, it looks like a struggle, but they shall grow up. So, just be open-minded, be positive, trust the process. God did not bring you this far to leave you alone. Keep holding, keep anchoring, keep trusting in Him. He will hold you to the very end. Believe in Him. He's a God that never fails. He knew you were going to start this process from the beginning. He knew your children would be part of it. And if He didn't want you to get here, He would not have made it possible. The fact that He made it possible is because He has good and wonderful plans for you and for your children. So don't be afraid. Don't start getting cold feet and asking yourself so many questions. Prepare yourself and in advance, be open-minded, then wait until you get on the ground and things will flow smooth. Otherwise, nawatakia all the best. Safe flights those who are flying this week, next week, and wherever time you're flying. And welcome to Code One, the United States of America. Everything is possible. All dreams are valid. I love you all. Wish you all the best. See you. Bye.